let me ask you a few questions on weight and fueling. So let's start with just pack weight, because if you are doing those kind of miles and you're not necessarily hiking later in the evening or starting too early in the morning, to me that means that you're moving at a pretty good click down the trail. So how much, like, what's your typical pack weight? How much emphasis do you put on pack weight? Because I feel like some of the guys that we were talking to, they definitely had some weight that they could have trimmed off their packs.
Yeah, I mean, you could always say that, right? Like, even the most hardcore ultralighter there's probably something, but
we're not talking like the 8-pound base weight guys. We don't talk about those guys.
Okay. Well, good thing, because I'm about a 10-pound base weight. However, I have all my camera gear, and so I generally don't include that in my base weight, because like most people aren't carrying 3 pounds worth of camera stuff, but I am. And so without the camera stuff, it's around 10 pounds. And, I think that's pretty good. And I still have a stove. I still have like an inflatable sleeping pad. I have a lightweight tent, but still a tent, not just like a tarp. And so I feel like I've been able to strike a pretty good balance between having a pretty light setup and also still being like pretty comfortable too. I don't really feel like I'm sacrificing any comfort in order to get to that base weight. It would be nice to go a little bit lighter sometimes, just because on a long thru hike, I eat so much food. I carry so much freaking food. Like, some people hike with like a 40, even less liter backpack. And I've always felt like for shorter trips, I could do that, definitely. But for a long thru hike, like the PCT or the AT, like especially the PCT, maybe the AT, I could get away with it, honestly, because the resupplies are shorter. But on the PCT and on the CDT, I'm sure too, like I need a lot of space in my backpack for food. And so that kind of is a bummer. And that adds a lot of weight too, depending on the resupply. But yeah, 10 pounds is around what my base weight usually is, minus the camera stuff.
Yeah. I think that's always what I shoot for, is the 10-pound base weight. And then from there, I feel like I can add in any luxury items, a couple pounds of, if I want to bring a fly fishing rod or something, or whatever it might be for my specific trip. I think that's a great place to be. And I think when you get below 10 pounds, it just, the benefit to what you can save is pretty minimal, right?
Yeah, if you're going below 10 pounds, you really got to be doing like some big miles to make it worth it. I feel like if you're, I mean, and again, I don't know if that's a general statement, it's different for everybody, obviously, but like, for me, certainly, I don't think that I would worry too much about going below that, unless I was trying to do like days so long that I've yet to ever do miles that long. So
yeah.
That would be the only circumstance.
Are you a frame or a frameless kind of guy?
I'm a frameless guy for sure.
Okay.
I ditched the frame a long time ago.
Okay. Talk to me about fueling. So you said you like to eat a lot. What is a lot, and how often are you eating?
A lot of snacks. How often? I'm usually eating like, I'll eat like a breakfast, a couple protein bars. I'll munch on a few throughout the day too. Lunch, I'm sitting down and I'm just rifling through all the different snacks that I have. And then dinner, I'm eating a big dinner. That's probably where a lot of the pack volume and weight comes from. I'll try to eat like well over 1,000 calories for dinner, which is not easy for backpacking food, right? I'll wrap everything up in a tortilla and have multiple tortillas to like boost the calories. I'll eat like a big dessert, so just like a lot of candy and Nutella and whatever after I'm done dinner, just to like really boost those calories. I'm trying to get as much as I can, because I don't want to be like super just like skinny by the end of my thru hike. Like that happens to a lot of people, and like you're going to lose weight. Like there's no way to avoid that. But like, I really tried not to be just like total skin and bones by the end. And I did a pretty good job of that on both thru hikes. I lost a lot of like my upper body muscle, but I wasn't like totally just like skinny. So I feel like I did okay, but man, I'm getting so sick of backpacking food, dude. Like, man, I feel like I'm just always looking for new ideas for food. Like, I can't just eat the same things over and over. And like, man, I'm just so sick of it. Like it kills me to eat like super unhealthy for like multiple days in a row. If it's just one day, then I'm totally fine with that. In fact, I love that. But like, once a week or whatever, have like a cheat day or whatever. But like, man, all day, every day, like it is on thru hikes for me anyways. I know there's ways to eat healthy, but I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time getting enough calories, honestly. And so like, yeah, the food is one of the biggest bummers of thru hiking, honestly.
Yeah, that was always our question to the thru hikers is like, what are you guys eating? Because, I feel like we're very luxurious in the sense like we're not doing a thru hike, so we can bring a lot better food and more of it. And I mean, and we retail things like Peak Refuel and Honey Stinger products and stuff like that. So it's like we have access to a lot of that. So we're eating like really well, down to like drinking like greens during the day, right? Mm-hmm. But like these guys are just, I mean, they're eating tortillas with peanut butter and gummy worms, It's like,
yeah, it sucks, dude. Like it honestly sucks. I feel like I only have one more long thru hike in me after doing 2 already. And a big reason why is because like it just kills me to go that long eating so terribly. And look, I know there are some people out there who eat healthier on thru hikes, so it is possible. It's just hard. Like you have to be sending a lot more resupply boxes so you can really like be picky about what you're eating. And that adds a whole nother aspect of it that I hate dealing with. And a lot of other thru hikers hate dealing with. It's also just hard for me to get calories. Like I eat so much, like I said, like even in regular life, like I eat a lot. And so in order to get like all these calories, I can't just be eating like dried fruit like 24/7. And I don't know. Even those backpacker meals and stuff, I started buying more. I didn't buy any of those on the AT in 2018. And by the PCT, I was starting to buy those a lot more just because like, man, like I was just getting so sick of like the rice and the mac and cheese and stuff. And even those I was starting to get sick of, like the backpacker meals and stuff. Like, man, it's just, I hate the food. I hate the food aspect.